with another three ball. Harden into the paint, floats, scores! James Harden! Jared rolling, dunking! And Jared Allen with a thunderous dunk. Donovan unloads, banked it in! He banked it in to close out the quarter!
Oh my! Showtime here in downtown Cleveland!
Coming to you from Cleveland Clinic Courts in Independence, Ohio, this is the Road to 16. John, Michael, and Serena Winters here inside the Cavaliers practice facility. The Cavaliers are down 3-0 in the Eastern Conference Finals. We know the odds, we know the chances. At this point, Serena, one game at a time.
Yeah, you don't obviously flush what's happened in this series, but you can't get too far ahead of yourselves either. It's not a matter of, all right, can we make it to Game 7? It's what you have to focus on here in Game 4.
Cavs have been good at home during the regular season, also during the postseason. Of course, they dropped Game 3, looking for a bounce back inside the friendly confines tonight. In terms of the attitude, it's what you would expect, Serena. The Cavs acknowledging what happened in Game 3, but hey, one game at a time has been the mindset, over the last 48 hours or so as they get ready for this Game 4. Here tonight, we heard it from the head coach. We heard it from basically every player in that locker room.
Yeah, and it's hard because physically, you can see these guys are fatigued. They have played every other day for over a month, and if you're watching the games, you're seeing that, right? But then mentally, you got to battle through that. But at the same time, what the Knicks are doing is no secret. Mike Brown isn't hiding it. He's telling it to the media as well. They're trying to play as fast as they can. The Cavaliers trying to play catch up with that when they are tired. It's a difficult thing to have to overcome.
Kenny Atkinson discussed all of that just yesterday here in this building.
When it feels like it would be easy to need that, why is that not the case for this team?
I don't know. Even in there in a film room, it's about belief. I asked him, why do we believe? I had like 8 great answers. I said, well, that makes me believe more because you guys really, really believe in yourself. And they listed all different reasons. Each guy had like a different reason or two. And I don't want me to get up there and say, hey, we got to believe. Like, it's not that. It's like, do they believe? And they do believe. And they're probably not steeped in the stats that you guys all know, right? How hard this is. I don't think they care about that. They believe in the group. They believe in each other. They believe we've had really good stretches against this team. Haven't connected at all to get over the hump, but there was no one in there that gave, well, this is the reason why we can't do it. We can't win the next game. It's more about the next game. I didn't go to, hey, we can get these guys in 7. None of that. It's like I believe in micro tasks. It's like, just get this one, and then we figure it out after that.
Can you share some of those beliefs this year?
That we've had success against them in the past. We beat them 4 times last year, similar group, right? We've had, up 20 in Game 1, right? Like, there's various, not, our shots aren't going in right now. I think that's part of it. All of a sudden you start making them, stuff turns, so all like real because I told him, I said, I don't want any fluff. Like, no fluff. Don't give me, give me real reasons. So that, just a bunch of stuff like that. Which I thought was like, wow. That's real.
The Road to 16 is fueled by True North Convenience Stores. True North and New Phoenix Energy are the perfect matchup. Right now, grab 2 Phoenix Energy drinks for just $5. True North Stores and True Rewards. Fast, friendly, clean. By Sarah Auto Part, your buzzer beater for greater selection. Make your shot with 5 great brands and dozens of pre-owned vehicles. Visit sarahautopart.com. And by your Northern Ohio Toyota dealers. Toyota, let's go places.
The Road to 16 is fueled by True North Convenience Stores, New Phoenix Energy Drinks, natural caffeine, 0 sugar, plus hydration to keep you in the game. Grab 2 Phoenix Energy Drinks for $5 at participating True North stores. Find a location with the True Rewards app. And Toyota, your Northern Ohio Toyota dealers. Toyota, let's go places.
John and Serena back here on the road to 16. Congratulations are in order as for the second straight season, Donovan Mitchell has been named to an All-NBA team, second team this year after a first-team nod last season, and what a year it's been for number 45.
This might be the year where he was asked to do the most in his career, right? I mean, going into the season, everyone at some point it felt like they were injured, and you hear from Kenny a lot starting the year, 17 and 16.
Yep.
Donovan had to keep this team afloat. He does that not just through his leadership, but with all of his play on the court.
It seems like ancient history, but you look back at the first half of the season, Evan Mobley was down for a large stretch, Sam Merrill for a large stretch. Max Strus didn't even play the first 67 games. The lone constant this entire season, of course, we had the trades at the deadline. The lone constant this season, Donovan Mitchell.
Yeah, and the constant would be his ability to score. The constant would be him trying to continue to make his teammates better on the floor. And like I mentioned, just the constant in the leadership. You know, when I'm in these huddles, it was no different on game 1 than game 10, than game 20, than now in the playoffs. Everybody could kind of look to him for his consistency.
So great on the floor, also off the floor as well. He is one that stands up and faces the media, win or lose. And here was Donovan at the mic, fueled by True North Convenience Stores following game 3.
You've had 3 tries and you haven't done it yet. What's it going to take to beat this team?
Let's start with making some shots. Let's start with getting some stops and making some free throws.
You've expressed your support for Cleveland over and over and over again and talked about how great the fans are.
1,000%.
How difficult is it in game 3 to hear the Knicks chants?
I mean, I'm from New York. This doesn't shock me. They do it in every arena. It's like Cowboys fans. Just who they are. I don't think it's a Cleveland thing. It wasn't just us. You look at Philly. Look at how Knicks fans are. I was one back in the day. So, like, you know what I mean? So that had nothing to do with what we got going. Cleveland's best fans in the world. I stand on that. You know what I'm saying? So that doesn't affect that. That doesn't label who Cleveland is. I have nothing but love for the fans in Cleveland. And we didn't get it done for our home crowd tonight. And we didn't get it done, which enables the Knicks fans to go off like they did. If we get it done, then they're silent, right? So we didn't do our part. When we ran out, they were loud, and Cleveland fans were behind us, but we didn't do our part, and that's the result. Mm-hmm.
Donovan, why do you think that as a group, the shot making from beyond the arc has fallen off so much in this series for you guys?
Sometimes the ball just doesn't go in. We're getting good looks. Sometimes it just doesn't go in.
How much has that aspect of things affected who you guys, maybe more so tonight, were defensively?
I mean, yeah, you try your hardest not to let that happen, right? And then give them credit. They took those misses and got out in transition. Even off makes, they got out in transition. So it wasn't just like our half-court defense, right? They were getting out and putting us in different scenarios in transition. And when you miss shots, it gives them more of an opportunity. I mean, we shot 50% from the field, but from 3, that's not necessarily as much. But when they get going in transition, and then me, Evan, James had 5 turnovers apiece, that doesn't help. They were active, and we weren't able to control that, especially their pace in transition.
Well, I know you're not really making excuses, but we're playing every other day, 3.5 weeks. How much does that fatigue or that just kind of games add up to sort of?
I mean, we did it to ourselves. We did it to ourselves. So we can't be mad now.
We're just message now down 0-3.
One game at a time. Let's get Monday and go from there.
You brought the turnovers on yourself there. What are they doing defensively? It looked like when Evan got into the pocket, they were really fanning out and kind of reading his reads and kind of knowing where the ball was going. Are they doing anything differently defensively to make it tough?
I'm just being active. I think they saw, like, remember, I think somebody asked me something about Evan not shooting as much in the second half of last game or not getting a shot, because the first half he was in that game he was doing a phenomenal job of making that read, right, and we were getting good looks. Ultimately, we didn't make the shots off of those. So now they made an adjustment. They saw that we were getting open looks, and they took those away. So that's, and credit to him and Jay for continually trying to hit the open man. Like, that speaks to the unselfishness of both of them. But, you give them credit. They were active. They got in the gaps. And some of it, we just made dumb passes. So it wasn't all of them. Sometimes it was on us, too. But that would be why they made an adjustment to Evan's playmaking ability the first 2 games. And it makes it made a little bit tougher.
The road to 16 is fueled by True North convenience stores, new Phoenix energy drinks, natural caffeine, 0 sugar, plus hydration to keep you in the game. Grab 2 Phoenix energy drinks for $5 at participating True North stores. Find a location with the True Rewards app. And Toyota, your Northern Ohio Toyota dealers. Toyota, let's go places.
John and Serena back here at Cleveland Clinic Courts. This is the road to 16. We get you set for Game 4 tonight. We saw some tweaks in the rotation, more of Jaylon Tyson in this series here against the Knicks.
Yeah, before Game 2, Kenny Atkinson was asked about Jaylon, and he said, hey, he's going to get an opportunity. He's warming up in the bullpen. We're still going to utilize him. We saw him get some run in Game 2. I thought he had some solid minutes, was a part of a group that really gave them some momentum. Saw some more minutes for him in Game 3. It's tough with Tyson because he comes into the postseason having been one of the Cavaliers' best 3-point shooters. And we talk about constants to open the show because Donovan Mitchell, obviously the constant throughout the regular season, but Jaylon Tyson was a constant throughout the regular season. But once the trade happened and he saw some of his minutes go, it also seemed like it affected his rhythm a little bit from a shooting perspective. So you'd love to see him to get into some of a rhythm.
Tyson, great sophomore season. The media caught up with Jaylon, also with Sam Merrill yesterday as we get set for Game 4 here tonight.
Why do you believe you can come back down 3-0?
I feel like we haven't put 48 minutes together this whole series. Obviously, we were in Game 1, we were beating them pretty bad. And that's no coincidence why we were beating them, right? We've been through a lot of adversity this whole playoffs. We've been Game 7, first 2 rounds. I feel like we played our best basketball when our back was against the wall. Both Game 7s, we both basically blew them out. Like you said in the film meeting today, if you don't believe it, get out. That's kind of where we're at right now, and our backs are definitely against the wall. This is win or go home. So I think ultimately it's a pride thing. Tomorrow it's going to be a big test for where we are mentally.
Why do you think you guys haven't been able to put together 48 minutes of good basketball against them?
Obviously not making shots is part of it, and then making shots is definitely part of it. But I just think we know what we got to do. Starts on the defensive end. We're playing at a very, very fast pace. It's scoring off of a lot of our mistakes. Ultimately, to make or miss the league, and we just got to make shots. And the bench we gotta bring more.
I know you've been asked this a lot, and it's been brought up about how they just had so much more rest than you guys did.
Yeah.
Has fatigue been an element? And in those moments, when they're a little fresher than you, how can y'all fight through it?
I don't believe in that.
Yeah.
Me personally, we probably played more games, a lot more minutes than they have. But if we're gonna set foot on the court, we gotta compete at the best level. So I don't believe in that. I think that's an excuse. Shoot, if whoever gets on the court, if you can't bring your all, then don't go out there.
Early into the season, Jaylon, you were one of the few players that was willing to hold this team accountable to the standard that you had set for yourself.
Yeah.
How have you seen that level of accountability within the group, not from Kenny, within the players, grown throughout the season?
Let's not get it twisted. We're in the Eastern Conference Finals. I don't remember the last time that we've done that, but yeah, nobody can take that away from us. We made it here, and we still got a lot more basketball left. We got really good leadership on this team, really good vets, dudes that I look up to on a daily basis that I ask questions. So everybody knows what we got to do. It's just about executing.
When it comes to your role fluctuation throughout the postseason, throughout the regular season. You've been asked to do a lot of different things.
Yeah.
How does Kenny continuously kind of implore you to be your best self when you're on the floor and breathing life into your game?
Yeah, I mean, first of all, I'm super grateful for him because he's given me an opportunity early to even be able to sniff some playoff minutes, right? So I'm definitely grateful for him. And I've kind of always said this, like, when I get opportunity in my whole basketball career, I'm ready. I'm going to be ready. I think it's just a testament to my work. And, you know, whenever I tell him, like, whenever you need me, I'm going to be here, you know. And that's kind of the mindset I got to go into with it, you know. Some days I don't know if I'm a player or not, you know, but I feel like being a professional, you got to be ready. And that's kind of my role on this team. I played every single role possible you can imagine. But, I mean, we all got one goal here, and we're trying to win basketball games.
Jalen, kind of off of that, we've asked throughout the season what the identity of this Cavs team is, and it feels like it's taken a lot of different forms as the year has gone on. After playing the Knicks 3 times, what does the identity of this team need to look like in Game 4 to find success?
I would use one word. I would say just pride. Pride. We're at home. We don't lose at home, you know. We should take pride in that. And these dudes, I mean, call a spade a spade. They're finna come here and try to sweep us. And me personally, I don't take that lightly. So whether I'm playing 5 minutes, 15, whatever it is, I'm gonna put my best foot forward, and I know my teammates are gonna put their best foot forward, and try not to let that happen. Because I think that's just a pride thing.
So maintaining the freedom of what you guys are playing with.
Yeah, I think that's how you got to try and approach it. Like, obviously, understanding the moment, and you know, if you lose, you're done. But gotta let that thing go and go play. And that was kind of our message here. Was let's obviously, you know, make the adjustments and clean up the stuff we need to. But like, you know, let's go play with full belief that we're gonna go get a win tomorrow night.
Obviously, looking at what Kenny Atkinson has been able to do in his first 2 seasons here, right? 64 wins. Now you guys are in the Eastern Conference Finals. When it comes to this team or you personally, what has Kenny Atkinson helped you learn or evolve the most?
Yeah, I think for me, he's obviously been great. He's instilled a ton of confidence into me and helped me grow as a player. And you know, us as a team, you see the success we've had and how I think we've grown in a lot of ways, even though we didn't win as many games in the regular season this year. I think we really grew from a resiliency standpoint, a mental toughness, physical conditioning, decision-making, all that stuff. So he's been great for us.
You guys are shooting around 30% from 3 in this series. Is it something the Knicks have done, or you think it's just you guys having more shots?
Yeah, I think, listen, they're a very good team and a very good defense. I do think we've gotten a lot of really good shots, and they haven't, you know, obviously haven't gone in at the level we'd like. So, you know, you got to keep trusting the way you're playing and trusting the personnel that we have. And, you know, hopefully tomorrow night's the night where it flips.
Sam Merrill on those Cavalier reserves up and down throughout the series. If the Cavs are going to win Game 4, they're going to have to step up here tonight.
Listen, Mike Brown has mentioned Sam Merrill and Max Strus in every press conference that I have listened to about this series because he knows what sharpshooters they have been. Unfortunately, Sam in this series is 2 of 11. The looks that you're getting, as you heard from him, the looks are good looks. He's just not knocking them down. But if the Cavaliers are going to win Game 4, John, the things that Mike Brown was afraid of heading into the series, which is sharpshooters like Max and Sam, they've got to get going.
We'll be back to wrap things up right after this here from Cleveland Clinic Courts on the road to 16. The road to 16 is fueled by True North Convenience Stores. True North Convenience Stores and new Phoenix Energy are the perfect matchup. Right now, grab 2 Phoenix Energy drinks for just $5. True North Stores and True Rewards. Fast, friendly, clean. And by Toyota, your Northern Ohio Toyota dealers. Toyota, let's go places. It's the road to the finals driven by Toyota, and what a series out west in the conference finals. The San Antonio Spurs at home in Game 4 hold the high-scoring Thunder to only 82 points. What a series that has become, Serena. And, you look at it coming in, if there was a knock on the Spurs, it's that they're not experienced in terms of seasoning in the postseason, in the playoffs. But, man, they have proved a lot of people wrong, and they look like they are ready. What a series that has been.
It's so fun. Both teams to watch have just been an amazing series. And then you look at like a lot of the so-called weaknesses, like you mentioned, for the Spurs coming in. Even Castle, what did he have? One turnover last night, and like the knock on him coming in.
Huge talking point, right?
Right. That was
He's not ready. He's not ready to handle the basketball and distribute. Right.
Exactly. So it's like each game they have something that it surprises you, and you got to watch.
Well, to me?
And Wemby's shots, my gosh.
This guy. I mean,
he hit another one last night.
The guy's unbelievable. I mean, that goes without saying. It's almost as if, to me, Serena, San Antonio reminds me of Oklahoma City last season when they faced the same questions. Are they ready? Are they seasoned? Are they prepared for a long postseason run? They were, and now that almost seems that it's the Spurs now.
Yeah, and it almost seemed like last night OKC was the team that you kind of felt like was, well, they're looking out of rhythm.
And they never look out of rhythm. That was unbelievable last night.
Yeah.
What a game 4 it was. What a series there out west. The next stop for the Cavs here in the East, fueled by True North Convenience Stores at home tonight. Game 4, Cavs look to get on the board in the series.
Yeah, I loved hearing from Kenny and the players about them talking yesterday about why we believe, right? And every player kind of going around and mentioning, like, this is why we can do this. You want to see the Cavaliers come out tonight and show that they were made to be here. I think that's what everybody's looking for.
Yeah, we're going to see what a lot of these guys are made of here this evening in Game 4. For Serena, I'm John. Take care, everyone.